Hello everyone, this is another video brought to you by Lakeworth Beach Mortgage. Today we're talking about mortgage rates. In the first part of October, we had a kind of a bump in the wrong direction, and we're going to tell you why. In September, the Federal Reserve, as expected, did lower the discount rate 50 basis points, and that is good for banks, really. It's good for their lending. It's good for commercial loans. It's good for home equity line of credit. It's good for credit card rates. It's good for reverse mortgages. But when it comes to a 30-year fixed mortgage, that rate is tied to the 10-year bond. So I always get a lot of calls when they do that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the rates have improved that much. Around October 1st, we were handing out rates in the upper fives on a purchase and lower fives for FHA refinance. But we've had a little bump in the rates because of extremely strong job reports, and we should talk about that. Just for fun, let's compare job reports. Under Donald Trump, he added 3 million jobs the first 3 years of his term, and the last year he lost 6 million jobs, so his net was minus 3 million jobs. You probably should cut him some slack because he had a pandemic going on at that time, but still, he didn't really create a lot of jobs. Under the Biden administration, he's added 16.5 million jobs. And it's hard to believe how much of an effect that can have on an economy because we have 320 million people. But he's crushing it. And it's kind of funny that everybody was talking about a recession when he took office. But every time he adds a large amount of jobs, that is bad for interest rates. And everything is kind of counterintuitive. Like at the end of Trump's administration, we had very low rates because 1 in 7 people were out of work. Let's talk about gas. For me, the number one stupid response for comparing presidents is to talk about gas. And people say, oh, I remember it was $2 a gallon. That is actually a sign that the economy was doing nothing. The price of gas is determined by the supply and demand for gas. It's not an indication of what a good president is. At the end of 2020, people were not driving to work, 18 wheelers were not transporting products, planes were not flying, cruise ships were not cruising. There was no shipping getting done. That led to a lower demand for gas, which in turn forced Russia and Saudi Arabia to put an embargo on the price of gas 6 months before the end of 2020. I checked yesterday, and at Wawa, my price of gas was $3.07. Get over it, people. Right now, we have demand. We have new jobs. We have planes are flying, cruise ships are cruising. That's why the price of gas is higher than it was before. There's actually an inverse relationship between a strong economy and the price of gas. Maybe it's time we should start dragging companies like BP into Congress and ask them why they increased the price of their gas 20% last year. Looking into 2025, I think the prognosis is good. I think home prices will not go down. I hope everybody goes out and votes, and we have all sorts of programs with little money down and reduced PMI that will help people still buy homes. Give us a call, 561 329 0075. Thank you.